All right, y'all. So let's talk about this. So I was asked, I was asked how would I grade Alycia Baumgardner's performance last night, and how would I grade Shadasia Green's performance? Now, let's start with Shadasia. Shadasia Green's performance, okay, to me, and the person said from like A through D, how would I rank it? I will rank Shadasia Green's performance a D minus. And I'm going to tell you exactly why, obviously. First of all, I could say a D plus for one reason and one reason only. But I'm going to say a D minus. Because Shadasia Green, at first, she was popping the jab out. First 2 or 3 rounds, 2.5 rounds, whatever, she starts popping the jab. She's moving a little bit, right? When she's jabbing, So at that point, she's giving Lonnie Daniels keeping on the end of her shots like she's supposed to. And basically, Shadasia Green's best chance of winning was keeping her on the end of her punch. And when she connect with the 1-2 or any combination that she throw, she's able to step around, lateral movement, pivot, keep Lonnie Daniels to where she can't get a clear path to come in, and she's going to run into something coming in, right? Now, no fainting, no nothing from no fainting, no pivots, no movement consistently, right? No fainting at all, no pivoting at all, but no consistency with everything. That's always been the problem of Shadasia Green, though, is that she does nothing consistent, like I said before. And so she was allowing herself to get endangered by doing what? Lonnie's coming in with the same thing. She's just coming in, and even if she jabbed, she's throwing the overhand. The overhand was there for Lonnie Daniels all night. But Shadasia never showed any ability to read what she's doing and make the adjustments. So they both was doing the same repetitive things over and over and over. But Lonnie Daniels starts reading her. Okay, I see what's happening. She's just doing the same basic shit. She's jabbing to keep me out, but she's not following it up with anything. Okay, even when she throws combinations, she's not hurting me. Okay, we're hitting each other. I'm getting closer. I got to get in close. She gets in close. She's outworking Shadasia at times. She's causing Shadasia to have to work harder because Shadasia doesn't know how to grab and spin off or nothing and, keep the distance. She's just, when fighters start doing that shit, they're getting tired. That used to be a tactic back in the day that when you, right, and a punch comes as you're breathing in, it does no damage. But every time you say, and I'm like, yeah, then the punches are slowing down. Lonnie Daniels is just coming forward. She realizes, she knows she got to get in. But she also realizes Shadasia really don't know how to keep her off. And the only thing that Shadasia did to try to keep her off was try volume, trying to back her up. And what she's doing, she's making herself get more tired. So Lonnie Daniels is seeing, how vocal her corner was with the same things I'm saying. Don't know, whatever. But bottom line is, she's pretty much seeing, okay, I'm tired. She's more tired. I got to keep going. I'm just going to lumberjack now. I'm just going to keep chopping at this tree and chopping. Eventually, that tree's going to fall. She's coming in. Shadasia Green's doing the same things over and over. You ever see a 2D boxing game? You can't go 360. The screen camera doesn't move with it, right? You just go back and forward. Back and forward. The only thing that gap is you might be able to go up together, but just back and forward. That's how the fight looked. In fact, that's how the fight was looking from the first round. Just back and forth, right? And when I'm watching, everything that Shadasia Green should have been doing, everything that Shadasia Green, you should know by now, with 15, 16 fights, whatever. That's the thing that she should know by now. How many fights she has? Shadasia Green just basically was doing, like, to me, like I said in the last video, she fight the way, like when they teach you drills, like I'm going to throw that combination, even if this shit ain't there. I'm just gonna throw it. That's how the fuck she fights. Baumgardner does that shit somewhat. Baumgardner is a sharper fighter than Shadasia, though. Shadasia is one-dimensional. She doesn't understand rhyme or reason, even if she understands the words that you're saying and why she should be doing it, but she doesn't understand the urgency of her to implement these things that make the fight as easy as possible, to take as less punishment as possible. No need to just get hit with shots for no reason. And pretty much, she just doesn't get it. And you can see she just doesn't get it. Shadasia Green has questionable conditioning. She can't keep up a consistent pace in the fight. That's why her game plan starts to fall apart. And everything is, I'm trying to knock you out. So all that dropping your hands and leaning up, that shit don't mean nothing. Now, as far as people making comments talking about Clarissa has no class, oh, even after her, she had almost a fatal. Shut your bitch asses up. This is the hurt business. People die in the ring. Look at Gerald McClellan's situation. Huh? Look at all these, fatalities that boxing has already had. She's breathing, she's talking, they made it known, she's good. What, Clarissa supposed to, oh, I can't, fuck out of here. Every time a person fight, what's one of the first things that their haters do? Jump on there and start, oh, if that was me, I'd have knocked you out. Oh, wow, yeah. They got all of this mouth. They need to stop talking. They need to work on themselves and become better fighters. But they just want to clout chase off Clarissa's name. No, Shadasia did not show the ability to adjust. She didn't show the ability to control the distance consistently. She did it for a short period of time. And she really was just throwing a jab, just throwing it. But there's nothing behind it. There was no real rhyme or reason. There was no, I'm going to take, this fight, if I got to take her into deep waters or whatever. No ring IQ, no ring generalship. She basically was just, at some point, just throwing the jab. That's all. And it really wasn't that she was controlling the distance. It was that Lonnie Daniels was just being careful, not just running the shit. That's all that was. Lonnie Daniels fights going forward. Okay? And Lonnie Daniels basically was at a point where, she's only going to go backwards if you can force her to. But she basically was finding a hand for that right home all night. And even a couple of times when she had just barely missed it, you see it's there. And Shadasia just had nothing. Man, this is a gladiator sport. All this feeling shit, y'all. Oh, she was, whatever, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. If a fighter want to go in there and get their brains beat out, then so be it. Because they act as if, like with Derek Chisora, for example, when people were saying, yo, he need to be careful, man, so he don't really get hurt because he's getting hit a lot now. Oh man, these people talking shit. Fuck these fucking people. I'm a fucking fighter. I'll fight when I want. I'll quit when I'm ready. Yeah, motherfucker, you're right. It is your choice. You quit when you're ready. But when you go in there and get your fucking brains beat the fuck out, right? Feeling bad for him ain't gonna change nothing either, right? What's the first thing came out of his mouth after he lost to Tyson Fury? I can't keep going on like this. Yeah. So in other words, these people was right, huh, motherfucker? Yeah. So you don't hear me saying that shit. I fuck it. I used to, fact is, all it is a sport, right? So I'm not sitting up here wanting to see, or certain fighters, I wouldn't give a fuck what happened to. Yeah. Y'all know who some of the motherfuckers are, for sure. But yeah, it's just racist ass pieces of shit. But other than that, you know what I'm saying, plain and simple. This is a hurt business. So if somebody want to go in there and die in the ring, that's on them. Even if it ain't your intention to kill a motherfucker, that's on them. So they want to go up there talking. Humble yourselves. Huh? Perfect your craft. Y'all motherfuckers in here losing to fighters that the motherfucker y'all calling out already beat, or struggling to beat fighters that the people y'all calling out already destroyed. And, y'all do all this clout chasing. Well, I guess now, Shadasia Green, she really need to shut the fuck up. She'll probably, I still want Clarissa. Yeah. You should want Lonnie Daniels first. So you can at least try to get your belt back. But if that don't happen, what's supposed to happen? You lose your belt, then all of a sudden just, oh, Clarissa, because what? This era of boxing is not about earning anything. It's about just because I want it. D-. D minus. Because the things that she stopped doing, it all wasn't because Lonnie Daniels was making her stop. A lot of it was just her not knowing what she's supposed to do. D minus. You have to think when you're in that boxing, you have to know how to troubleshoot. Your trainer can tell you whatever, but your trainer's not in there. I don't give a fuck what your trainer used to do either. You're the one in there, and you have to know what you're supposed to do. If the only thing you know how to do is what your trainer telling you, yeah, you need to listen closely then, because if you were doing what your trainer was telling you, your trainer was giving you some shitty instructions. But when Lonnie Daniels saw the more I push, yeah, the tighter she's getting, I'm gonna back her up. And when she got on them fucking ropes and cracked and started blowing, just notice, she started letting her hands go. All of a sudden, then she had some quickness, right? And you just seeing Shadasia covering up, couldn't throw nothing back. The referee stopped it. Whatever happened, happened. Whatever the fuck she was, oxygen or okay, whatever. I don't want no fucking excuses. You were in the fight, and at that point, you got your ass beat. Simple. What the fuck y'all talking about Clarissa for? Because Clarissa Shields made 2 short videos, a short video talking about addressing Shadasia and Alycia. I agree with her 1,000% though. Y'all need to keep her name out your mouth. All y'all do is clout chase. I told y'all in the last video, do y'all realize when Clarissa Shields fought Lonnie Daniels, she had 2 torn shoulders and still beat a unanimous decision, and she fucked Lonnie Daniels up. Shadasia was in there having a back and forth 50-50 fight till she got stopped. She got stopped by a chick that Clarissa beat with 2 torn shoulders. So now what's going to happen? She going to make an excuse as to why she lost? Oh, it was because of my oxygen or what? Listen. Y'all can do all of this hate. Y'all can do all of this talk. And that's the thing. Y'all talk way too much shit to be coming up short in fights. Before I go on to Alycia, let's make this clear. I said it in my last video, and I want y'all to hear it again. Shadasia Green barely beat a washed-up Savannah Marshall, who Clarissa beat with no problem, when she wasn't washed up. Shadasia Green got her ass kicked. She got beat the fuck up by Franchon Cruz, who Clarissa Shields beat not once but twice, and the last time she beat the brakes off of her. Shadasia Green just got beat, once again, by an opponent that Clarissa beat with 2 torn shoulders. And y'all try to pump these fighters up, and when my eye test tells me these people are not who they say they are, and they're not what you say they are. Isn't it funny how stupid y'all look? I know y'all feel dumb as fuck after doing all that talking and saying Clarissa Shields is ducking her. She's going to fight Lauren Price. Who asked for that fight? Nah, Shields versus Lauren Price is a far more compelling fight than against Green. The thing for me is you got 2 black women and 2 black women that can go in there, put on, make some money, whatever. But Shadasia is a slave to her master. Like I said, if you didn't hear it, I'm saying it again for you. She could have pulled the Regis Prograde, took the Regis Prograde route, and said, like you said, I'm not hating on Devin. Y'all some Devin Haney haters, man. Right? He's just talking his shit, to help build the fight and all. But no, y'all showed his hate. Shadasia Green never once said, from the very beginning, instead of even just saying, look, me and Shields are 2 black women, we 2 fighters, we both trying to do, accomplish whatever our goals are in the sport. I just want the fight because she's a great fighter. I feel I'm a great fighter, and at some point, hopefully we can make it happen. Simple. Nah. No, man, she be lying, yo, Clarissa, right, acting all manly and brolic and shit, right, and then got your ass beat by one of her leftovers that she destroyed easily. So instead of her taking that route she know that these racist people don't like Clarissa simply because she's black and successful. If Clarissa was white, Clarissa could say, I'm fucking God. Bow down. Y'all will be out there like, yo, she's God. Yeah. It's because she's black. And Shadasia knows that shit. and so does fucking Baumgardner. But instead of them protecting our black culture and not letting people come with that bullshit, nah, she goes along with it. So they all want to start talking shit. Look at how much respect Shadasia showed Savannah Marshall, even in the build up to their fight. That's what you black motherfuckers do. Peace and blessings to pale skinned people. And I got no problem with nobody because they white. I'm just saying to people that you know don't give a fuck about you. To people that you know are racist. These black fighters, salute them and big up them and all that. But when it come to each other, nigga this, bitch ass, nigga that, fuck that, she can't fuck. Yeah, right. But you so respectful to other people. And like I said, the only reason Alycia Baumgardner act that way with Michaela Mayer is because they just personally don't like each other. Simple. But other than that, it's the same thing. So you over there, trying to appease Jake Paul and his bitch ass with all that ducking and fighting against bum ass washed up old fighters or whatever. But hey, it is what it is. You got that ass bust, right? So now, pretty much, you need to fucking worry about getting your skills up. Last thing you need to be doing is trying to fight Shields. You need to be trying to get your belt back from Lonnie Daniels. And after the way that first fight went, Lonnie probably will stop you again, but probably even sooner next time. Case in point, I grade that performance a D minus. I would have said E, but they said A through D. Anyway, D minus, because she abandoned everything, the basics of what she was, just the basics. And that shouldn't have been a hard thing for her to do, keeping Lonnie at the end of her shots. She get in, she come in, tie up, spin off, let's go, reset. Yeah, let's go. No, what is she doing? Just loading up on punches, knowing she's getting tired and more tired. Desperation kicks in. If she ever sit down with somebody and talk about she couldn't breathe or this was happening or whatever, well, so fucking what? It's boxing, it happens, and it happened in the ring. All that tough talk, all that calling out Shields, we don't want to hear nothing about no fucking injuries and nothing, because even though fighters get injured and shit could happen, y'all show too much disrespect when it comes to how black fighters treat each other. Y'all always want to target who your master wants you to target. You say what the master tell you to say, and then now you get your ass bust. Nobody even cares. Nobody's even talking about her. That's the funny thing. Nobody's even talking about it. Like, nah. But it's the same thing, because even with the Baumgardner situation, all y'all motherfuckers, let's act like it never happened. D minus. Alycia Baumgardner, I rate her performance a C minus. Because Alycia Baumgardner, you fought a woman that y'all handpicked. She was scouting Bo. Remember, right after her last fight at the press conference, she said, "Oh, we already know who our next opponent is. We already know." So they purposely scout Bo, but give Bo 5 weeks. So by the time they let her know, Bo don't have a full training camp, right? Now, Bo is known to lead with her head, okay? She leans in and throw hooks. Don't work off the jab, no smarts. That's why she was picked. This is an opponent that's there to be hit. You're supposed to throw those sharp, quick, hard punches and light her up and knock her the fuck out. You couldn't even do that. Now, you're 31. 23-year-old Caroline Dubois beat this same woman. Showed more poise, more professionalism, better punch selection, better timing, smarter decisions on when to punch, when not to, when to move, when to come in, when to get out. She did a much better job. A much better job. Now, you won a unanimous decision, and that's what's important for you, that you won. But you yourself didn't look the way you thought you were going to look, and subconsciously you knew it. That's why, at the end of the fight, what did she say? Well, 3-minute rounds, and, I don't know, I'm still learning, I don't know everything. Right, because you knew this wasn't the performance that you wanted. You was getting tagged with punches you shouldn't have got hit with, and you were abandoning what you were supposed to be doing at times. This woman is leading with a chin. You catch her with an uppercut, you catch her with a hook, another one, you make her fucking buckle, but you can't finish her. And then on top of that, she didn't fall, you threw it down. But then it's like this woman is not even leading with the jab. You don't even have the basics. Where's the feints? Where's the lateral movement? Huh? Where's the pivoting? You give her angles just to make her miss so you're not in the line of fire. Throw one punch at a time and then no damage. It was a boring fight to me. It was a C-. At this stage in your career and all that shit you took, the decision should have said the winner by knockout in the third round, Alycia Baumgardner. You call Caroline Dubois a C fighter, but you actually fight a C- fighter. Or I could even call Bo a D- fighter, to be real, or D+, because you can take D-level fighters and they be on the same level, and that D- might beat the D+ because they all do things wrong. So one person just get hit with a shot that they didn't see coming, but no real skill about it. That's who Bo is. Bo is a Derek Chisora, a Ricardo Mayorga. That's what Bo is. Bo just comes forward throwing punches. She leads with her chin. She don't lead with the jab. She don't throw a jab straight properly. She just dumping hooks, a hook to the body, a hook upstairs, wide punches, and she's there to be hit. You had the perfect opponent to make you look like an A+ fighter last night, and you failed to do so. So yes, you look like a fucking C- fighter. That's what you look like. A fighter that has an opponent that's there to be hit, but I'm going to do everything in my power to not knock this person out because I don't know how to put the punches together. I told y'all that before. She don't know how to put her shots together. She drop you with a 1-2 or a 2-3, like a 3-piece, so be it. But the thing is, if she don't, she just threw the punch. She just threw the combination, but that's it. But there's no follow-up. There's no aggression to step it up and get her out of here. Like I told you, this is a fighter who calls herself a boxer puncher but tries to be a pure boxer. And you see it. Her mindset and her style conflict each other. And she doesn't know what the fuck she should be doing, when she gets on the inside. And even at a distance, if you watch, all the things that she was letting, that Bo was getting away with was because Alycia Baumgardner, she's not like what they're telling her to do in the corner and the drills that she do in the gym. That's how her and Shadasia both fight to me. It's like if they tell you double jab, pop, pop, cross, hook, right? Lean, left uppercut, right? If they told you to do that, it's like she'll try to do it even if the shots aren't there. But she tries to wait for the perfect moment, like I told you last time. And therefore, when you watch her, she got great. No, she don't have great skills, man. Alycia Baumgardner got talent, but I told you, and I'm saying it again. Dubois make far less mistakes than Baumgardner does. And if you don't know, all this time you didn't know why she don't want to fight Dubois, if you saw that fight last night, it should be a clear indication as to why she don't want no parts of Dubois. I think Dubois will smoke her, man. It might be competitive for a little bit, and I think initially Dubois just gonna wind up folding her up, man, because Alycia Baumgardner, she's too pretty. No, I don't mean here. I mean she's too pretty. You understand? She is not that gritty. Fuck it, let's rock. She's not that person. Dubois, if she has to go off the deep end to turn up, to take over the fight, I can see her doing that, but not Baumgardner. Now, my thing is, I don't care who you are. Now, Dubois wants this fight, so if it happens, Dubois got to go in and deliver. Dubois got to go in there. Don't talk shit. Say you want the fight, then go in there and then half-ass, hold back. No. I don't think she will, though. And this is the thing. Once you get to the point where you don't want to fight, and then finally the fight happens, more than likely you'll lose because you don't really want this fight. C-. C-. Boring fight. The Shadasia Green, Lonnie Daniels fight. It was a more action-packed fight, but the thing with that was Lonnie Daniels fought Shadasia much better than Bo fought against Baumgardner. But the mistakes that was being made by the favorites, it made the fight even more underwhelming because, you know, both of you guys, the size difference of Shadasia Green and Lonnie Daniels, the reach, the height, she was able to get in there and get on the inside like she was supposed to, though. You see, and this is what I'm saying. Shadasia don't have the stamina to fight, to be active, to work off her jab and stay busy. She don't have that. She don't even have the mindset. How the fuck you gonna beat Shields? Like I said before, everything that she would need to beat Shields, she didn't even do it last night against Lonnie Daniels. Man, I get so sick of hearing these fucking females, the men, whoever, fighters in general, but I get so sick of hearing these females basically making excuses after all this shit y'all talking, and y'all always say the same names. You think there's only 3 fucking divisions in the fucking in boxing, but in women's boxing, y'all say the same names, say the same lame shit, and then you don't understand. Once you do all of this talking and you already don't have, there's no one division in women's boxing that's just deep with competition. And y'all do all of this talking. Only call somebody's name if you're willing to do what it takes to make the fight happen. Fuck, you gonna call out somebody 4 or 5 weight classes up from you, but you're not gonna go up there to fight them. I'm too small, but your mouth is too big. For Shadasia Green, she got a lot of work to do. I already said that. Baumgardner does too. You see, the thing with Baumgardner is she's in a weight class, again, where Katie's not in her weight class and neither is Amanda. Neither is Shields. So all the talk she's doing, notice, she's not calling out anybody who's actually in that weight class. In fact, Bo fights at 135. Now, I don't know if Bo dropped down to fight at 130 to stay there, but initially that's not what she was. And that's another thing y'all don't get. She was fighting a drained woman at 130. And when I say drained, I'm talking drained as normal type of, okay, I'm not at my full strength, but hey, the commentators wanted to make you think that it's more comfortable there. That 135 was too big for Bo. Bullshit. You had the right opponent to go in there and back up all that shit that you claim. And you didn't do it. You went in there, you tried, but that's my point. I can see the limitations of your abilities. What you gonna do with Caroline Dubois? You struggled last night. You went in there with this woman that was there to be hit, and she made it to the final bell. What happened? This the shit I'm talking about. Stop talking all that shit when y'all go and then go in there and you don't fight nearly as good as you talk. That was some bullshit C- performance last night. Shadasia Green gave you a bullshit D- performance last night. I don't give a fuck. If it's 4 rounds, you got to fight all 4 rounds unless you knock a motherfucker out early. If it's 6 rounds, 8 rounds, 10 rounds, 12 rounds, you are there for the task. That's what you train for. I'm here for war. Ain't that what she said? I'm here to war. I'm here to bring pain. I don't know what she thinking, what she coming to do. I don't be smiling and all. Right. Definitely wasn't smiling. She's lighting your ass up in that corner. And see, this is the shit I be talking about, man. Y'all walking around here, oh man, Clarissa ain't got no class, man. She's over here making fun. Man, shut your bitch ass up, man. What the fuck? Somebody refer to me as their enemy. Fuck them. Whatever happened to you happens. I don't give a fuck what happened to you. Like she not supposed to say nothing because of. All right, you doing all that fucking, she got no class, but this bitch might come, next thing come out of her mouth might be something about Clarissa. Not because of what Clarissa said last night, but just in general, to try to keep using her name for clout. Nah, motherfucker, you need to go back and fight Lonnie Daniels again. That's real shit that I'm telling you. This ain't, if y'all was if y'all was entertained by that bullshit performance last night, then there's nothing that I can talk about with y'all. But that was basically, how you watch a football game, let's say the score would be like 10-7, right? And it's like the game was a truly defensive type game. And let's say it was two high-powered offenses, but the defense is just so good that they're so evenly matched that it's like so like no team can really dominate. And then one team gets close enough to hit a long field goal and win by 3 points, right? There's a lot of people that would like a game like that, not because a bunch of mistakes are being made, though, but because, the defense was just tight. Then you got those that like, it's more fun when it's a bunch of touchdowns and stuff, right? But my point in all of that is there's a such thing as bad football. And there's a such thing as, these are just two equally tough teams. Last night, what did y'all see? What did y'all see? You saw a 130-pound contest between two women where one only had 5 weeks to prepare for a fight, and this other one was scouting her for months and months before they finally made the deal. So training camp started for Bo 5 weeks ago. Alycia was already keeping busy, focusing, film study, watching Bo, knowing we want her. Let's look at all her flaws and weaknesses. Let's do all of this shit. Let's fish everything out. Keep in touch, find things. No, Bo don't even know that she's going to be called out. Why you think she only had 5 weeks? Yeah. And after all that, this is what you came up with? Imagine if a motherfucker told you, I've been waiting to write this story for like five months. And you like, word? Let me hear what you got. Kevin ran to the corner. Kevin got hit by a car. The car backed up, ran over Kevin again. Put the car to go and drive, ran over Kevin again. Pulled off, drove to the corner, made a right turn. The end. Motherfucker, it took you 5 months to write that bullshit. That's how I felt about the fight last night. Just watching it, I'm like, okay. And I responded to those questions I was asked, but I wanted to make it known. No, I wasn't impressed by what I seen last night at all. I mean, and here's the thing about Lonnie Daniels getting the win. That wasn't no upset to me. Y'all basically overhype Shadasia Green. It's simple. Don't blame it on no sickness. Don't blame it on no condition. Don't blame it on nothing. Because you go back in there and get your ass whooped again, then what? What's the excuse going to be then? And I can tell Shadasia Green is an insecure person. I can see it. See, y'all might be, all that. Yeah, y'all think that shit is tougher. Nah, that's insecure shit right there. You can see that Shadasia Green in the ring. You can see her when she's frustrated. You can see when she don't believe in herself. You can see when she's getting to the point where she's falling apart. You can see it. She can't camouflage it. Do you ever see Clarissa Shields do that? Do you ever see Clarissa like she's not sure? So you can talk tough and act tough and all that shit and acting like you got something that Clarissa can't handle. Come on, man. You couldn't knock out Lonnie Daniels. She never even hit Lonnie Daniels with anything and buckled her and made it nothing. All this power y'all claim she got. Okay, cool. Well, I tell you what. How you place those shots properly matters. Makes a big difference. But two, when you fighting against a motherfucker that can hurt you too, and that motherfucker is way better than you at everything, and that's the thing that people understand. There's no female boxer on the planet that we see that does anything better than Shields. Nothing. Y'all questioned her ability to take a punch because Hannah Gabriel scored a flash knockdown. Savannah Marshall hit Shields and she didn't go down. What don't y'all get? Now, shit happens. And shit can happen. Like I said, you hit a motherfucker right. But what has Shadasia Green showed y'all that y'all believe in? I remember when we first started mentioning Shadasia Green, none of y'all was talking about her. Then people, man, she remind me of Ann Wolf. I don't give a fuck if she remind you, like I said, if she remind you of Wolfman Jack. What the fuck does any of this shit have to do with her ability? So if last night you didn't really, truly understand. I don't know how the fuck any of y'all watch Shadasia Green and fight and think she got anything for Clarissa. I don't even, like, y'all are just so, like, off the fucking charts with stupidity. And if you watched Baumgardner last night and don't realize why the fuck she don't want to fight Dubois, y'all just as funny as them. Well, ain't that what jokes supposed to do? Make you laugh, right? That's what clowns do. So, anyway, that's my grade for both of them. D plus for Shadasia Green. I mean, D minus for Shadasia Green. C minus for Alycia Baumgardner. How dare you call Caroline Dubois a puppy and call yourself a big dog, and you wouldn't even fought like a mutt last night? You just had little flashes of certain little punches you landed, certain little things you did, but you definitely won a unanimous decision, and it was still an underwhelming fight. Nothing moved me. I watched that shit, and I'm just like, all right. And I'm sitting there like, man, Caroline Dubois probably home laughing her ass off. Like, bitch, please stop being scared of me. Be brave enough to just fight me so I can knock your ass out. You think that shit you seen last night beats Caroline Dubois? Anyway, y'all. The hate is real. The hate is real. The delusion is real. The ignorance is real. The stupidity, all of it. This shit is, y'all gonna fuck around and help somebody really get killed for real, because they gonna listen to y'all and fight somebody they got no business in the ring with. And if Lonnie Daniels did what she did, to you, Clarissa probably would have killed you for real last night. I mean, like, literally. You probably have died in that ring. That's what you were able to do against Lonnie Daniels. All right. Okay. Yeah. And what I find funny is how, what's her name, Baumgardner had the nerve to say to Caroline, you think just because you team up with the ops, that's going to get you a fight. But then you turn around, yeah, I know they was on the same card, all the little pictures of Shadasia Green and Baumgardner taking pictures together and all this. Oh, so what you thought, just because you team up with the ops, that y'all both was going to win last night? Two underwhelming. I tell you this. I'll put it to you like this. There were two underwhelming performances, but the better fight was Shadasia and Lonnie, because Bo just did nothing but come forward and got hit. When you listen to Bo talk, when they even asked about what did she think about Baumgardner, listen to her response. I think I like her energy. She reminded me of me, like, with because I have a lot of energy, so I think it'd be a good for. But no, do you understand? Fighters like that, they don't have skill. That's all it is. Like, she's energy. Listen to her words. She went in there with the mindset, oh, I'm just going to do my best and see what happens. Did she understand how to break down Baumgardner, how to get to Baumgardner, how to take away from Baumgardner the things that she is doing that works for her? No, and you can see it. There was no fucking rhyme or reason. Just get close and land something. No head movement, nothing. No feinting, no rolling, slip, nothing. No pull counters, nothing. It was two shit show fights. It's just one fight was better than the other, but basically it's like the only thinker that I saw in there that was doing what they needed to get the knockout was Lonnie Daniels. And once she started to get close and see that she could, she just kept coming and realized, okay, I got to keep close, and they both would get tired. And she recoups quicker, way quicker than Shadasia. And then she put that pressure back on, and she sees Shadasia can't handle this pressure. Every time I come in, she's trying to take my head off, and she's not hitting me. Even when she did get hits in, she wasn't landing all them shots. And what Lonnie do? She get close enough. And you see, chopped it down, and finally got that tree to yellow timber. Well, the ref stopped it, but basically, she was lighting up in that corner. And if she didn't stop it, she probably would have knocked her out. Regardless, she stopped her. It was more interesting to see how Lonnie understood what was happening and what she needed to do. More so than what Shadasia was doing. More so than what Baumgardner and Bo did with each other. But neither fight was really something I want to watch again. Next time I look at either one of them fights, we'll probably just to reanalyze something according to what's getting ready to happen with the next fighter. But yeah, Lonnie Daniels did her thing, man. So maybe now Hannah Gabriel's a step up and decide she want one last run if she can get a fight with Lonnie Daniels. Maybe she could win that one. Who knows? Next, we got Clarissa Shields versus Lauren Price. And at least that's going to be a legitimate, two legitimate good fighters, to see what's going on. Got the best female fighter in boxing right now versus one of the best. And, my whole thing is this: win, lose, or draw for anybody. At least when you go on there and you want to fight the best fighters. All of this back and forth, making videos about each other and calling it, that's pussy. That's bullshit to me. They didn't do all of that. Shields gets in the ring. They solidified it. They're going to fight. So, hey, that's what I'm saying. Make this shit happen. Imagine Shields got in the ring and said, I just want to let you know you ain't on my level, blah, 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 this and that. Then all of a sudden, she's making videos talking shit about Lauren Price, but she won't fight her. Because that's exactly what the fuck Baumgardner's been doing all this time. She, Shadasia talking like she's ready. She the one told us what Savannah told her. What did she say Savannah said? I believe you can beat Clarissa. You just have to believe in yourself. See how Savannah don't give a fuck about you? You can't even beat Lonnie Daniels. The fuck out of here. D- for motherfucking Shadasia Green. C- for Baumgardner. Talk to me in the comment section, y'all. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.